Your forecast first, sponsored by Natax Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, a little bit of fog has developed out there tonight. You can kind of see just the haziness there, kind of that lowering of the cloud deck. Not so much at the surface there. You can still see pretty clearly the roads, but just above that cloud is getting closer to the ground. And when you look at the visibility, it's actually down to, well, a little under 2 miles in the Mattoon area, and that's where that camera view was from Casey Summers Roofing Dog. I'm Ed Cam. Cloud cover and fog tonight. A little bit of light rain to develop as temperatures hover in the upper 30s to near 40. But as those readings come down, maybe a little bit of freezing drizzle by early tomorrow morning. We're going to watch things carefully there. Come back, talk about additional wintry weather chances coming up later this week. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
He cannot walk, he cannot talk, he can't feed himself.
Her child will never be the same after being shaken and thrown by his babysitter. Why she says no sentence will ever be enough.
They didn't ask. They told us that they were closing the doors come July.
It's the news no one wants to hear, where hundreds are set to lose their jobs.
They're looking forward to the future as well as we are.
And it may have been several shovels of dirt, but in one village, it was groundbreaking day.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
Any amount of time won't be enough time.
A mother is furious tonight with the prison sentence given to her child's abuser. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Tonight, the family is still trying to come to terms with what happened in court. Babysitter Michelle Reed of Tolona was sentenced to 3.5 years for aggravated battery. Reed told police she shook and threw the then 6-month-old because she got frustrated. He now has permanent brain damage. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in our newsroom, and Courtney, his mom doesn't think 3.5 years is long enough.
No, she doesn't, Jennifer, and this sentence seems more than unfair to her because her baby's life will never be the same.
We'll never be satisfied. It doesn't matter if she got 1 year or 20 years. I mean, regardless, she did what she did, which is a permanent thing that Laylan's going to deal with forever.
Jessica Adams knows there's no sentence that could heal her 2-year-old son, Laylan Duncan, but says 3.5 years for Michelle Reed is the farthest from it.
When you're a mom, especially a new mom, you have all these hopes for your kid and hope that they'll be able to play sports and have a family of their own, and you're excited to watch them grow up and be their own independent person, and he may not be independent in his life.
In 2017, Reed was taking care of Laylan in Tolono, when one day, Reed told police she got so frustrated with Laylan that she shook and threw him. That caused bleeding in Laylan's brain, retinal hemorrhages, and a stroke.
He cannot walk, he cannot talk, he can't feed himself, he's still incontinent. He had a stroke, so the right side of his body doesn't work, and he can't play with his right hand or his right arm. And he basically will probably be dependent on us forever.
Reed's sentence was part of what's called an Alford plea. It means Reed recognizes there was enough evidence to convict, but she's allowed to maintain her innocence. Adams says she's worried her son is not the only one who's been failed by the system.
People in our justice system here especially are just looking for a guilty plea. I don't feel like they're actually here to protect the children of this state and this county.
I reached out to the state's attorney about what this means for Reed going forward. I haven't heard back yet about that. Reed was originally charged with aggravated battery as well as aggravated battery of a child. She only pleaded guilty to aggravated battery. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
As a mother, that's a tough story to hear. All right, thank you, Courtney. And although Reed was sentenced to 3.5 years behind bars, she got credit for 553 days served. That means she has already served that much time into her sentence. Champaign police are remembering an officer who died from cancer. Christy Miller was with the department for more than 23 years. She'd been a police officer for almost 30. Her co-workers describe her as someone who was dedicated to her career. Police Lieutenant Bruce Ramsire worked with her for more than 20 years. He says she showed compassion in both her professional and personal life.
One of the fun things that I remember about Christy was She'd met a homeless subject in town, and he was having a hard time, and he had a dog. And the weather was really bad, and he couldn't care for the dog. So she went back and forth and trying to help this person out. She ended up taking the dog back to her house and allowing this guy visitation rights, essentially.
When Miller wasn't working, she liked playing golf, fishing, and reading. She's survived by her 2 daughters and 2 sisters.
New at 6, 3 men were arrested after shots were fired at an apartment complex in Decatur. It happened at Moundford Terrace Apartments on Monday night. Police found bullet holes in a window as well as a gun and ammo in the apartment. The men were found inside the unit. Firefighters in Danville were kept busy with a fire under a bridge. It's the 9th fire they've fought since the new year. Happened this afternoon under Memorial Bridge at the intersection of Gilbert Road and Main Street. It was caused by a propane tank. Neighbors say a homeless man has lived underneath the bridge for years and uses a propane tank to keep warm. He was arrested. IDOT has cleared the bridge to reopen. More than 700 employees in Coles County will have to find a new place to work.
LSC Communications, which used to be R.R. Donnelly, announced it's closing 3 of its plants, one in Virginia, another in Kentucky, and the last in Mattoon. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays is with us. And Jamie, this is a big blow. It's the largest industrial employer in Coles County.
And it was hard for the workers to hear the news today. I talked to one employee who says there were tears, people were upset, and many, just like him, wondering what's next.
I was very scared, worried about what I was going to do, how I was going to provide for my family.
Tony Wishart is one of hundreds concerned about how they're going to pay the bills. He started working for LSC Communications in Mattoon last October.
They all called us to the cafeteria room, and they asked us, they didn't ask, they told us that they were closing the doors come July. I recently just got married, just bought a house, and it scared me because, you know, I have 3 kids.
Around 750 employees will be impacted. Mattoon's mayor sent out a statement saying, while we acknowledge that closings and cutbacks have been a trend in this industry for some time, as digital media and communications have outpaced traditional print communication, it does not alleviate the sting of this news. The director of the Mattoon Chamber of Commerce says before this announcement, LSC Communications had around 100 job openings.
They were always looking for workforce and trying to grow the workforce.
Angela Griffin is the president of Coles Together. They work on job creation and retention in the industrial sector.
It will have a big impact. Just last year, 2018, LSC celebrated 50 years in our community. So that's 50 years of economic activity that they've generated, and that will leave a hole.
But their team, along with city officials in Mattoon and Charleston, chamber executives, and Lakeland College are already trying to help employees with this transition.
There are companies that will be eager to interview and hire.
Wishart says he's staying hopeful one of those jobs will be his soon.
I just got to give it up to God himself to figure out where I need to go.
The plant is expected to close by July. The Chamber's director told us several other factories in the area are looking to hire, so he's confident people will find jobs. Back to you.
I like that confidence and positivity. All right, thank you, Jamie. We have some new information for you. The Decatur School District says it'll be taking drastic measures to fight the teacher shortage there. There are currently 70 open positions. The district is reassigning support staff who normally only help teachers with certain aspects of their classrooms. The school board called this move a last resort.
If you build it, they will come. What Rantoul is banking on for its new Field of Dreams.
And also tonight.
Well, I think legislators need to demonstrate that they're willing to act independently.
1 year ago today, J.B. Pritzker took office as Illinois' governor. Today, he sat down and talked ethics with our Mark Maxwell.
And tonight, we've got some of that fog trying to develop across the area. It's going to be another kind of overcast and gloomy night with a little bit of rain beginning to develop soon. A recap of today, though, shows temperatures back to the lower 40s above average. We're going down below that average mark here pretty soon. We'll talk about single-digit temperatures and when wintry weather returns coming up.